You clicked on the video, you might as well hit the like and subscribe button. And if you leave a comment, I'll comment back. You know I wouldn't even trip. Look, don't wait till you get old and start trying to work out. I'm telling you, do not do it. Start working out as young as possible because you feel it when you get older. You know, I feel like I'm in better shape than the average 53 years old, but it's still hard, man. It's, you know, I'm glad I started working out when I started working out, but like it ain't the same, man, when you in your 20s and 30s, you know. But it's a must that when you get up in age, man, you start changing your eating habits, changing your drinking habits, and man, start trying to take care of your body because, you know, your body is all you got. You know, if God gave you one thing, man, He gave you your body, man, and you gotta take care of that. You know, a lot of us, we take that for granted. You know, then when you get to a certain age, man, I was at the doctor yesterday, man, and I saw somebody I knew at the doctor, man. It kind of made me count my blessings, but at the same time, it was like brokenhearted because this person is not that much older than me. Like, I'm talking about, like, we real close in age. And when I saw him, man, it's like he didn't even have his right mind, and he had a prosthetic leg on, and you know, he just was being like almost 100% cared for. And it kind of like it made me count my blessings, man, and it made me want to thank God more for at least the opportunity to be able to get up. You know, I ain't 100%, but you know, that made me feel, you know, 100. That made me feel a lot better. You know, I just can't complain. Like, it's no reason for me to complain about what's going on in my life. And if I'm able to get up and do something, man, I got to do it. Like I say, man, you got to start taking care of yourself, man. Even when you young, man, I say in your 30s, you know, after you have your fun in your 20s, because childhood, all the way up until you become an adult, you know, that's basically exercise, man. You having fun, you playing, you hooping, you doing just all kind of physical stuff, you know. So that's basically exercise, man, till you least in your mid 20s to late 20s, you know. But once you hit them 30s, man, you start living life and having responsibilities, you have to start you gotta switch over, man. You gotta switch over to eating better and taking care of yourself. You know, and this is for everybody, man. You know, this for men and women. You know, when women start having babies, they start gaining unwanted weight and stuff like that. So, you know, ain't nothing wrong with having babies. You know, but you still have to. You know, it's consequences when you want to have kids. You know, and that's for men and women. Men have to get off their butt and go do what they got to do to be a provider. And women, you know, and nowadays it's women too. But you still have to take care of yourself, man. Because when you don't take care of yourself, man, you be miserable, you be down, you know, and the longer you put it off, the harder it is, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, the worst thing for me, man, when I go to the gym, but I do it and I try to put it in. Like, even if it's light, I just go, even on the day that I ain't doing it, is my legs. You know, your legs is your foundation, man. So even if it ain't, you know, every day should be a leg day. You know what I'm saying? When you're getting on the treadmill, but even when you done with the treadmill, you do it light. But one day you go hard, 1 or 2 days you go hard for your legs, but every day you should do some light leg work, man. Because I'm telling you, them joints, man, if you neglect your legs, man, then when you try to work them out, legs make you quit going to the gym. Legs that had you not want to go to the gym because you would do them and you won't feel them, and then you'll wake up and a day or two later, them joints be noodles. You be falling, don't know why you falling. They just be giving out on you and all kinds. That's because you don't take care of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the strongest muscles on your body is your leg muscles, and you don't. Man, you gotta. You know what I'm saying? So it takes more to activate them. But all we do is walk. That's 99% of the time all we doing is walking. We ain't exercising our legs. Our body is used to walking. So, you know, that's not really no exercise, really, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you can walk faster and get on the treadmill, all right, that's a little exercise, but I'm talking about putting some weight, you know what I'm saying? Doing the workout with them joints. And legs is dangerous. So you gotta pay attention to your foundation, but you gotta pay attention to your well-being, period, man. Your life, your man, I'm telling you, man, start taking care of yourself. If God gave you the energy to take care of yourself, man, get up and go take care of yourself. And that's why I be trying to tell everybody, man, take care of yourself, because you're gonna regret it. You know, where I'm at right now, I don't regret it, because I know the things I've done to myself and the things I've been doing in this life, you know, and I'm still able to get myself together, you know, mentally and physically. So it ain't over for me, you know. I know God got me. I just have to play my part. But I'm telling you, man, do not neglect your body and your well-being, man. Don't neglect yourself, man. Don't give up on yourself, man. Don't be sitting up. Man, build a relationship. First, build a relationship with God and build a relationship with yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go all in 100% on, because it's hard to go 100% on anything when you've been living a certain lifestyle for your whole life. But you can make changes in your life that can better stuff for you, man, and add on to your life, man, and give you some more time, man. And you know, time's not promised to us, and we don't control time, but we can at least fight for time. You know, we can at least negotiate with God and let God know, listen, man, I'm thankful. You know, give me some strength, give me this, give me that. I need you to help me get through this and get through that. Man, I'm telling you, man, God will help you through anything if you connect. You have to connect with God. And a lot of us don't connect with God, but at some point, you know, either you're going to be forced to connect with God, you know, or it's going to be too late. So I'd rather connect with him now than wait till I need him and then have to, you know, and it's all like, it all ain't real. You know, it's just me needing God. We call on God when we need him, but we don't do what we supposed to do. So, but this, you know, it is about God, but it's not about God or this conversation. This conversation is about you taking care of yourself, man, getting up and doing what you got to do and not waiting too late, man. Don't wait till you get too old to where you don't want to work out, to where you go to that gym 1 or 2 days, and then when that pain start kicking in, you like, no, I can't do this, you know, because it's like that. You know, I don't care if you do a light workout. If you don't never work out, when you start working out, you got to go through some pain. You got to go through a lot of pain. And the older you is, you know, it's going to take longer, and the more pain you're going to have to go through. You know, you're going to have to go through a lot. Man, it's a lot of stuff that I don't do because I want to work out. You know, I don't take a lot of drug, like pills and stuff that the doctor subscribe me. Like I weather the storm, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want my body, dependent on some type of outside resource when I know I can get my body back to where I want it to be, at least, you know, 85, 95%. I just got to do the work, you know, and if God allow me to do the work, you know, and I can see the progress every day. You know, I pray every day and I ask God to give me the strength and the mobility, the ability, you know, to get up and do what I got to do. You know, it be hard some days, man. Like, man, it be so hard some days, man, but a lot of times, man, I just get up, man, and just be like, shoot, I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? Some days, my body be so drained, I barely can walk, but I get up and I pray. I'll be like, God, shoot. Because if I'm gonna go out the way I want to go out, and I'm gonna go out fighting, and I'm gonna go out, you know, praising God and doing what I gotta do. Man, it just is what it is, man. And I'm thankful for the life I done had, man. Like, it's a lot of, you know, I done seen a lot of them go way before me. So I'm grateful, you know, that God still got me here and he still allowing me to breathe his air. He allowing me to just, you know, live the life that he gave me. You know, so that's why I don't mind spreading this message and asking people to get close to God. I just don't mind doing it because I know what God do for me. You know, and a lot of people they act like it, but they know what God do for them. And you can look back on your life. Everybody can look back on their life and see the things that God done did for them and the changes he done made in their life and the humps he done got them over and the obstacles he done moved out their way. So, Lord, man, I thank God every day. You know, I got a beautiful family, sisters, brothers, nieces, nephews, cousins, uncles, aunts, just everything. Grandbabies, man, I'm talking about God and blessed me to see all of that. You know, so, you know, and I could have did a lot better in my life. But I ain't gonna say, because, you know, as long as you got life and you got breath, you should be still doing. You should be setting examples. You should be doing what you got to do to make things better for yourself, building your relationship with God, and showing people that, listen, hey, you know, and regretting some of your mistakes and looking back on your mistakes. You know, there's a lot of stuff I look at with my life that I regret that I did. But you know what? God is good. And we just got to stand on that, man. I stand on that. God is good. Real good. To me, I know that. And I hope that you connect with him and you get the same feeling that I get. I ain't gonna go too much longer with this. You know, I just wanted to just send that message out there, man. And, you know, hit the like and subscribe button, man. If you feel like sharing, share it. Leave a comment. You know, if I can get to it, I'll comment back, you know. And if you got any questions, let me know. If I can't solve the problem, I'll see what we can do to get together and fix the problem. But if you need somebody to talk to, anything, just holler at me. I'm here. You know, I ain't got nothing better to do but to communicate with my people and show them what's going on, what I go through, and try to figure stuff out. And I don't have the answers to everything. I'm looking for answers to a lot of things. You know, maybe you can give me some answers and you can help me out. You can help me switch my nutrition. And you know what I'm saying? Help me find better ways to do things to better my life. So, yeah, share this video, man. And y'all stay up, man, and stay prayed up, man. And remember, man, prayer works. I'm living proof of that. Prayer works.